Snapchat is dead. But before it going to the graveyard, let's build your own version of Snapchat with just 20 lines of Python. This is super easy, super fun and super crazy. So let's get started. Before getting into the detail, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Otherwise, grandma will delete your TikTok account and send you to Snapchat. To start with this fun project, all you need to do is to have Python installed in your computer, and we would be using a super easy Python code editor called PyCharm. Once the PyCharm is ready, all you need to is to do poke this new project button, and once this new project will ask for you a name of your project and definitely give some fancy name. In our case, we will be giving the name of Fancy Dead, and after that we will press enter. And this whole project we will have 5 fun steps to do some crazy video overlay and fun filter. But we will start with very simple steps. And once this PyCharm is ready, all you need to do is to press Ctrl A and then backspace. You will have a clean slate. And for our project, we would be using very simple way to install 2 very easy image processing packages. And to do so, all you need to do is to click on this file and then click on settings. Once the setting dialogs open, all you need to do is to click on the project, and then here you will see Python interpreter. And inside this interpreter, you will see this plus icon. And this is how you can install any Python packages just by searching for it. In our case, we will be using OpenCV-Python. And once this guy is ready, all you need to do is to click on this guy. And this will take few seconds to install this package. And OpenCV Python is the most powerful computer vision and image processing tool, and we would be exploring its power in just few minutes. Once this OpenCV Python is installed, the second thing we will be installed is called CVZone. This is a very simple package and it will take literally just few seconds to install this package. And once this is done, now we will be getting some fun and crazy filters for our Snapdead. And for that purpose, we will go to GitHub and we will just type here github.com/programminghero1, and after that Snapdead. And here our first task is to click the star, and then we can click here and then we can download all these fun filters we have here. And once this download is complete, all you need to do is to go inside and then copy pretty much everything except the main.py. I will copy this guy and come back to my favorite PyCharm and right click on this guy, and you can click open in and then explore. So this is where your projects exist, and all you need to do is to Ctrl V. That means you have some fun cool filter, and we would be exploring those step by step. So in our first step is to just display a simple image, and then we will be doing it with just 5 lines of Python. And for that purpose, all we need to do is to just import the package we install. And first thing is to from CV2, we will be import CV2. And after that, reading any image that we have is very simple. You can give some variable name called background. It's like short version is BC. And then you can call, hey CV2, I know you can read some image, which is I am red. That means image red. Inside it, you would give some name, and that would be the name of the image. In my case, I'll be showing some fancy dude, and that is jkr.png. After that, to display this image is super easy. You can again call, hey CV2, and I know you can have something called image show, and you can show the image, and first thing you need to give the name of the window, the pop-up. And this case will be give like Snapdead, and after that the second parameter would be the name of the image, in our case which is busy. And the last thing we have to tell, hey CV2, you need to wait until I press any key. So that's why you will type wait key, and inside it you will press just number 0. That's pretty much it. With just 4 lines of code, you can display any image using Python. So if I click on this guy, it will display the image that I have. So this dude might not be that fancy as you have expected, but anyway, don't worry. We will add filter on his face. And in our second step, to add the filter on his face is super easy, because we already have bunch of filters and I would be exploring one after another. So let's start with the sunglass, some fancy sunglass. So to display some filter, all you need to do is to place an overlay. That means one layer on top of your image. As simple as that. And so we'll get the sunglass. That's super easy. We can give some name like a sunglass or any other name if you want to give. And then once again, you will do CV2 and image red, and you will get the name of the image, which is in our case sunglass. You can press tab. It will auto-complete the name of the image. And after that, you have to tell that, hey, CV2, I don't want you to change anything. That means I am red unchanged. And then you will combine this background image and the sunglass to create your final image. So your final image, you can give like final or final image, whatever the name you want to give. In that case, you will need the smaller package that we installed. So I would be importing CVJone, and here I will call CVJone. Hey, I know you can do some overlay of PNG. And here you need pretty much 3 things. First thing, you need the background image, which is in our case busy. Second thing, you want this image in front, and in our case that would be our sunglass. And then you need to provide where would be the image would be placed. And if you don't provide the image, it would be in a different location. But let's have a look and make sure here you are displaying the final image, not the background. Otherwise, you will not see the expected result. So I change it to final image, and I stop this dude and click on this guy, and you see the sunglass is not in the right location. But we can fix it very easy. Here you can tell, hey, I want you to place the image. This is the list position, and you can say, hey, I want to place it by 100 by 100. That means x-axis 100 pixel, y-axis 100 pixel. And now if we stop this and click on this dude, you will see the sunglass. This dude looks amazing. And not only that, I have few other images that you can use as a filter. So we'll be exploring all this in our next step. We have already seen this fancy dude with this fancy overlay. But we have a few more interesting and crazier filter that we'll be exploring down the line. And if you want to see just one more, we can easily go here, click on this and start typing star. And then if you tab it, and after that you can close this dude, and then you can click on this run, and this will show you another filter. But this is very simple one. We have crazier one for the down the line. In our second step, our goal is to replace this static image by a video feed. That means you'd be live action, moving your head and doing stuff, maybe dancing, jumping around, maybe hugging people if you have some friend anyway. So you'd be doing all this cool stuff. Still, your filter would be on top of your face. It would be in the right location. And that should be the cool part of it. So before getting into the cool things, we'll need to get the video feed. And getting the video feed is like super easy. You just need to write just a few lines of code. So I will close this dude and I will get rid of all these 5 lines of code. And after that, we'll be still using our friend CB2. But we will tell it, hey, you need to capture some video. And for that purpose, I will declare a variable called cap, and it will go to CB2 and ask it to open the video capture. And as a parameter, you need to tell some number. And in my case, I will be put number 0. And think about a video. Since I'm moving and I'm doing all this stuff, that means it's continuously showing you what I am talking, maybe I am doing, and all these things. And we would be doing exactly the same things. Since video would be a continuous thing, we need to run a continuous loop. And writing a continuous loop is like super easy. all you need to do is to write while, and then this will be true forever. Inside the loop, all you need to write is to read from this video capture. So the first parameter we will ignore, and the second word would be our frame. And on the right side, we will tell capture to read it. And after that, we need to tell CV2, hey, now display the frame. This is all the frames of the video. And that's super easy. We have done this before. Is CV2 and then image show. And inside it, the first thing would be the title of the pop-up or window. And in our case, it's Snap-Dad or Snap-Dude, whatever the name you want to give. And the second one, whatever the things you want to display. In our case, it would be frame. And you need to write just 2 more lines, because if the video is running, it has to end somewhere. And for that purpose, you will say, hey, if CV2 wait key is 10, we'll put some number here. And wherever the user is pressing the Q in the keyboard, and that for that purpose, we will get the Unicode for the Q. And if that is true, that means we are telling on this line, hey, if the user is pressing on the Q key on the keyboard, in that case, we need to break this loop. That's pretty much it. We just wrote another 6 lines of code to open up this video in our computer. So let's click on this button and see whether the video pops up or not. Yes, you see now this duplicate of me. I am here, I am there, I am here, I am there, or I am both places. But that's not the objective. We got the video is ready, video is running, and next our job is to find out the face, where the face is. And if you can find the face, we can easily put a image or sunglass or some crazy hat or some cool dude, cool beard, cool mustache, and all these fun things. But we need to detect the face, because face could move this side, this side, this side, this side, or maybe that side. Doesn't matter. We will detect it with just 4 simple steps. To detect the face, you need to do 4 simple things. And the first thing is to whatever the frame that you would be displaying, if we convert it to some grayscale, and it becomes easier for OpenCV to detect the face. And already we have this colorful frame, and converting it to some grayscale is super easy. You can give some name of the variable. In my case, it would be grayscale. And here we will say CV2, and on the CV2, we will tell to convert some color. CV2 will ask for the frame that you want to convert, and then you will need to tell the color code, and this would be CV2 and then color, and this would be BZR to gray. That means you want to convert it to gray. If you want to see this gray color, that's super easy. You can just easily replace the frame to grayscale. And if I run this, my colorful life will become black and white. So boring over there. But I have colorful here. That could be gray, but this is colorful. This is happy. This is dull. But we will not stay with this grayscale, so we will just replace this dude back to the frame. That's okay. And the next thing to detect the face is to use some Cascade. And this Cascade file we already downloaded from the GitHub. So if you expand this guy, you will see like a hard Cascade frontal face default. And to get this, all we need to do here is to declare some variable. So I will give the variable name called Cascade, and here I will call again CV2 and then Cascade classifier. And inside it, I will put this name. And be careful, make sure you are typing it correctly. So in my case, it will be hard Cascade and underscore frontal face underscore default dot XML. And if I have typed it correctly, then everything will work. So make sure your hard Cascade frontal face default is correct. So once you get this Cascade, then you need to use it to detect face on the grayscale. And here you can type something like faces. And that would be, you can call this Cascade and then detect multi-scale, and you will pass the grayscale. And if you pass the grayscale, what it will do, it will on the grayscale of the video feed, it will detect the face. And by detecting it, it will do whatever it need to do. Here in this line, you are detecting bunch of faces right here. So, and to display all these faces, you need to run some for loop, and this for loop is super easy. And here you will detect the starting and ending position of the face, and then you will know the width and the height. That means where it starts and then how far it goes, something like this. That will be like X, Y, and width and height. And you need to do it for every faces. And inside it, you can tell CV2, hey, CV2, I need to write a rectangle. And you need to provide like 4 parameters. First one is like where you want to draw this rectangle. In our case, even we are detecting the face on grayscale, but we want to display in the frame, that is the colorful frame. So we'll pass the frame. And the second one, it will ask where it's starting, the starting point, which is point 1. And we will start with X and Y. And the second one, it asking for the ending point. So if we start like at this corner, right? And then it will go all the way there. And that would be X and Y, and this is your width and height. So we will do like, it will go to X plus width, and it will end with Y plus H. And then after getting these 2 parameters, it will ask for the color. And if you have to make the color yellow, this would be 255 and 0. And the next one is optional. You can put like 2 as the thickness. So if you have done this correctly, it will detect the face on the video. Let's see whether this is working for us. So I'm clicking on this run button, and let's see whether it is detecting my face. You see? My face is detected correctly, and if my hand looks like some kind of face, it might detect some kind of like a face stuff. But we can filter it out by the minimum size of the face and all these things. But in our case, we'll ignore that accuracy. At least we got the right face working correctly. So the face detection is super easy. And since we got the face detected, our next step is to put the overlay, the filter, the cool part of it. And we already had the sunglass, so we can get that sunglass easily. We'll just need to do 3 simple things. The first thing, we need to definitely get the sunglass or whatever we want to use. And if we want to use like multiple different filter, we can give it as like a normal name, like as an overlay. And this overlay is nothing but reading an image, and that would be IM, which is image read. And the name of the image could be sunglass in our case. And we will need to tell a CV2, you need to do image read, but you cannot change anything. And once you have this overlay, if you remember that correctly, inside here, all you can do is write this CV zone and then put a PNG on top of another background. And here you can say, hey, I want to define the variable name as a frame. That's okay. And you want to do CV zone, and after this your overlay PNG. And CVZ will need like what is your background. In our case, background would be the frame. And second one is what would be the on top. In our case, it would be our sunglass. And that's the variable sunglass, but we name this as a overlay. And the next thing is need to give you the position. And if you don't give the position, it would be 0, 0 on the top left corner. So let's do up to this, and let's see whether at least we can see the sunglass on the face, and then we can definitely resize it or replace it, whatever we need to do. So I click on this guy and I would like to see the sunglass. I see the sunglass, but it's not kind of like a moving with my face because we didn't define the position. And we know we can define some position here. And in our case, it could be a list, and we can define some static position, but that will not help. This will stay always over there. If I put like 100 and 100, this will always keep the sunglass exactly on the same location. But I want it to move as my face is moving. That means this has to be dynamic. And the way we can make it dynamic is super easy. We already know kind of the position of the face, X and Y. So why don't we put X and Y right here? And if you do this, now face become like moving, and the overlay, which is our sunglass, that should move. So now if I click on this done button, you will see I have this, but it's moving, but it is not properly sized based on my image. To resize the image is super easy. You can declare maybe a variable called overlay and then resize, something like this. And after that, you can call, hey, CB2, I know you have something called resize and I need that guy. And it will ask, hey, what do you want to resize? Don't resize everything or don't make everything smaller. That would be useful. So here you can say like, I want to resize the overlay image. And it will ask, hey, what would be the size after resizing? In our case, whatever the sunglass, it should be like a similar size of the face. And we can easily do because we know the width of the face and height of the face. So we'll put W and H. And here when we are overlaying, in that case we will not be using the default overlay. Instead we will be using overlay underscore resize. I just press tab on it. And if I have done this correctly, now I would be expecting to see that this overlay sunglass on top of my face is moving the way I move. Not only that, if I go side by side, it will be following me and it would be perfectly positioning, and that would be a super fun thing. So I'm very excited and a little bit nervous to check it out. So I'm clicking on this dude and yes, it's working. So you see, if I go there, or up or down or maybe far away or close or side by side, it's working nicely on me. And since we got this dude is working, we can definitely get other filter, the simple filters working for us too. I have another one that's a star, so I can press tab to have the star and I run this guy. Let's see whether I got the star. Yes, I got the star. Again, I can go side by side, back and forth, and the filter is working nicely. So this is super easy, but we'll do some crazier and fun filtering in the next part of this video, and I will see you there. Let's do some cool filter this time. And the coolest one is to become a Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Who doesn't want to be that? So you can become Pirates of the Caribbean with just little bit adjustment of the code. So first, think about whatever we have right now is kind of like adjusting with the width of our face. And that's why we are resizing it just the size of the face. And that means if we have some filter, it will fit there. If we want to make something bigger, we can make it bigger very easy way. But let's look into the coolest filter we have. One of the coolest filter we have. So here we come here and you can start typing pirate and press tab. So pirate will come here, and if I click on this dude, you will see that pirate filter is here and it's moving and all this stuff, but it is not positioned correctly. Because the way it's supposed to do is to, the head should be on top of my head and then everything else to be aligned. And right now, since we are sizing it on the size of the face, that means the filter is inside the face. All we need to do, make the filter bigger. And we know how to resize stuff, right? And if you need something bigger, all you need to do is to come here and tell, hey, I need to make it bigger. And in that case, this width would be an integer number. And inside here, you can say, I will multiply whatever the width by 1.5. That means I want it 50% bigger. Same way, you can tell, hey, the height, I want you to be bigger. And in that case, whatever the height, I want it to 1.5 times bigger. So let's see how does it goes with this modification. We need to do a little bit more to get it exactly working. So I will click on this done button and you will see our filter is bigger, but it is not positioned correctly. That means you see it is a little bit off. So we need to do is offset it on the different direction. So we need to move it on this direction. And the way we can move it to like here, say, hey, I need you to go this direction 45 pixel. And in the y-axis wise, you can see that it's also the head needs to go up. That means it needs to go negative direction. This is positive direction, it needs to go negative direction. And you can put some number here. Say for example, I want you to go 75 upward and x-axis wise on the left. And if I stop this guy and let's see whether I can become close to be a pirate here. And you'll see it's the position is like pretty much, if you get closer to the camera, it's positioned pretty much nicely for you. And not only that, if you don't want to get this rectangle, you can easily comment it out this line. So I will close this guy. This is commenting out, stop this dude, and then I will run it again so that it looks like actual pirate. So now I am kind of a close to be a pirate filter on top of my face. So I have Jack Pro in me. And we have like much more filter just for you to play with. So I'm using the pirate one, then you will see another one, and that one might call native PNG. So I'm just changing it, the pirate to the native, stop this dude, and then start this guy again, and let's see how does this one goes. And you see now I have some cool filter, and this is cool. I become maybe some kind of like indigenous person or something like this. And if you want, you can play with other filter. I have bunch of them here, and the next one may be called like a cool. So if you want to be a cool dude, you can change to the cool filter, and then you can press on this play button, and you see you become a cool maybe magician or something like this. So I have like a few more filter placed here, and you can play with it. And the whole project is like super easy. All you need to do is to write pretty much 16 lines of code, not even 20 lines of code. If you watched this fun video until this point, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and write some romantic comment just for grandma, because grandma is waiting for you last few months and she needs some love from you so that she have a continuous interaction with you guys. And also, if you want to explore much more about Python, we have much more cool feature, brand new playground, and all sorts of cool stuff in our app store. So you can go to the Play Store and find this fantastic app called Programming Hero. And if you are a rich dude using an iPhone, don't worry, Programming Hero also exists over there. So you can go to the App Store and find this cool app Programming Hero over there as well. So that's all from this video, your grandma, and I will see you in the next video.